Located in southeast Wisconsin, come discover Racine County. Plan your visit today at visitracinecounty.com.
Welcome in to Pritchard Park for the 2024 USL W League home opener. I'm Arnav Pokhrel. I'm joined here in the booth by Jacob Garrigues. I mean, Jacob, it's exciting, no? It's season opener for this team, and first time at home, you get your season opener at home. It's got to be a good feeling.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. I mean, you can tell the energy is up. Everyone's feeling it. There's a lot of people in the stands, and you can tell the players are hyped up to play and have a great match today.
Look at today's matchup. RKC Third Coast, an expansion side in 2023 in both USL 2 and USL W. 2023, they finished 5th place overall with a 3-0-9 record, 2 wins against Rochester, 1 win against the Green Bay Glory. On the other side, Chicago City SC come into the game with an 8-1-3 record last year, good enough for 2nd place in the Heartland Division. They did lose in round 1 of the playoffs to Minnesota Aurora FC, the eventual finalists of the USLW League in 2023. It's an experienced side over there in Chicago. They're drawn from a really talented player pool, and I mean, you got to say RKC are the underdogs in this one when you look at this Chicago City side and their dominance in the past couple of years.
Yeah, for sure. But, looking at the RKC roster, you can also tell that there's a lot of experienced players that are going to help RKC do very well today, and we'll see.
We'll take a step aside for the national anthem. When we return, it's kickoff at Pritchard Park for the 2024 USLW League season opener. Welcome back inside Pritchard Park. We're getting set for kickoff between RKC Third Coast and Chicago City SC. Once again, I'm Arnav Pokhrel. I'm joined by Jacob Garrigues beside me. Let's go through the starting lineup for your home side, RKC Third Coast. In net today, it's Greta Harms, the Bryan and Stratton College graduate. She's headed off to transfer to another college in Wisconsin for her last couple years of college soccer. In the defensive line, we're going to start with right back and captain of this RKC side, Adriana Rodriguez. She was a USLW returner last year, played in 10 matches for RKC. She also plays Division II soccer at UW Parkside, playing over 1,200 minutes in 2023. Beside her in defense, you got players like Megan McNeely, Athena McGinn, as well as Ella Labarsky on the bench. So a lot of strong returning defenders for this RKC side. But another quick run down this starting lineup. Paige Baird up top alongside Sophia King. Midfield of Kylie Mahoney alongside Emma Paraskos, who's in the back line. Natalia Stadler makes her way into the midfield. Brielle Rochester at the 10. And up top, the number 9 for this RKC side, Molly O'Regan, the returner, played at UW Milwaukee, where she totaled 779 minutes in the fall. We'll get a look through this Chicago City SC starting lineup when we get the chance. But for now, kickoff imminent here at Pritchard Park. It's RKC Third Coast, it's Chicago City SC, and it's the start of the 2024 USLW season. And we're underway, RKC with the ball, and immediately it's worked out down on the near side in McNeely. It'll find its way all the way down to the right side with Rodriguez. Rodriguez surveys, steps back, and will lay it off to McGinn. McGinn pressured. And immediately Chicago City winning possession. City move forward. Good press from RKC to win it back, but turned over, and here comes Chicago City once again. RKC in the home reds, Chicago City in the away light blues, and no-nonsense clearance from RKC. Get the ball out of danger. It'll remain with McGinn. She steps through. Eventually things will calm down. Well, a lot of the action right now so far is in RKC's defensive half, as play works all the way back around to Chicago City goalkeeper, who's well out of her box, and it's a turnover. A chance for an early shot from distance, and it's pulled away and saved by Chicago City. Well, you turn it over with a press and you get a chance on goal. It's an ambitious shot, but one you like to take.
Yeah, great vision from number 25, seeing that the goalie was a little bit off her line, looking to look up and make a great chance, but unlucky.
In net for Chicago City SC, it's Molly Vipensky, who is one of the best U17 goalkeepers in all of the country. She played for the U17 national team, won the CONCACAF Nationals, or won CONCACAF in 2024 with the U17s. As here's a chance for Chicago City in the box. An early shot deflected away from RKC. Cleared away outside of the box, and that one blasted up and off of the uprights. So 2 minutes into the game, a couple shots both ways. Early on, what are you seeing from RKC that you like?
Yeah, I'm seeing that they're trying to play out of the back, even though Chicago is pressing very high and very intense. But, as the game goes on, they'll definitely have more possession and be able to create more chances. But for sure, playing out of the back is their strength.
All the way on the right side, we'll go with throw-in for RKC. Pressure coming again. Chicago City not backing down from that early press. This matchup last season, the away game in Chicago, RKC lost 7-0, but then the home game, they were able to keep it close and only lose 2-1. And a lot of questionable calls in terms of refereeing that Coach Burke mentioned in the podcast over the weekend that we had.
Great press from RKC. The center defense stepping up, putting a lot of pressure on the striker's back.
Foul in the midfield. It's a chance for RKC to get some numbers forward finally, and McGinn will take it quickly out to the right to Rodriguez. Rodriguez into the midfield looking for the entry pass, but it's turned over and a chance to break again for Chicago City. Played out to the left. Rodriguez gives chase for RKC. Couple of step overs on the far left side. Eventually the cross comes in off of Rodriguez and out for a corner. So it seems like RKC content to play out of the back, but also got to watch out for those early turnovers when Chicago City does press.
Yeah, especially from passing the ball up through the middle. They have to be careful because, Chicago's pressing very hard, but yeah.
Corner kick brought to you by the Prairie School, an official corner kick sponsor of RKC Third Coast. Played short by Chicago City. It's up in the air and headed away across the face of goal. It's tapped in.
Oh.
Chicago City score first, and only a matter of minutes off the corner. Played in, and then the clearance not there for RKC. It's 1-0 Chicago City. Well, not much you can do about that. Set play, and then the header doesn't go where you want it to. And right there for the tap in, Chicago City take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, unlucky clearance into the middle of the box allows for Chicago to get a
Corner played in, and then the clearance not there for RKC. It's 1-0 Chicago City. Well, not much you can do about that. Set play, and then to make it 1-0. Yeah, no assist on that one for Chicago City. It was just a poor clearance, but RKC looking to answer. Molly O'Regan's offside as she bursts through the midfield. Great look forward. I mean, that's the run that you're going to need to make. Molly O'Regan's going to be your star forward until a couple of other players come in for RKC, but she's going to be the go-to player to look for up top.
Yeah, great vision from the winger, and you can tell that Molly is ready to go get some through balls and make some chances.
Sliding challenge in from RKC, unsuccessful. Sophia King on the right side, now in the midfield. Work back to McGinn. McGinn pressured early. RKC retained possession. Chicago City last touch out of play. And back to Racine Kenosha County. We're here at Pritchard Park. One of our sponsors, the safe sponsor of 2024, is Camp Shutout, the world's largest goalkeeper camp, hosted in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Chicago City controlling play right now as they'll move it out to the right side. Work down, giving chase and out of play. Great recovery from RKC on the near side, and now another great move forward from the defense as they calm things down, play it back to Greta Harms in net.
That was a good
surveys, plays to McGinn, and it's a poor pass from McGinn out of play on the backside. Was looking for the wraparound to Rodriguez.
That was a good play from Chicago City down the right side, but number 5 came in with a lot of energy, a lot of passion, and was able to stop it from there.
Another corner for Chicago City brought to you by the Prairie School. Chicago City first time scored off the corner. They went short and then worked it around. This one taken high, and it's going to ping off the upright and out of play, so it'll be turned over, and it'll be a goal kick for RKC. Ball booted up the pitch, and Chicago City recover. Pressure coming from RKC, who step up. Chicago City passing around the back. Paige Baird gives pressure, but it'll work all the way back to Vipensky in goal. Vipensky finds a great outlet pass in the midfield. Chicago City work again. And they'll play it back. Worked out to the right side.
Good composure from Chicago City, but number 20 is able to read the pass and get the ball back for RKC.
It's Kylie Mahoney of Eastern Illinois. And now RKC unable to play it forward. Megan McNeely just couldn't get to that pass in time. McNeely from UW Lacrosse. Played 1,200 minutes in her freshman year at UWL. Foul in the midfield on Molly O'Regan. McNeely steps up to take it. She'll leave it off for Emma Paraskos, who goes long, looking from the outside corner. It's Sophia King heading it forward. King has an option across, trying to cut it back to Molly O'Regan. Couldn't find it. It'll fall in the box. It's shot, blocked away. O'Regan saved again by Vipensky. What a save from the Duke commit.
What a save.
For Emma Paraskos, who goes long, looking from the outside corner. It's Sophia King heading it forward. King has an option across, trying to cut it back to Molly O'Regan. Couldn't find Molly O'Regan. What a save from Vipensky. Corner comes in. It's a bullet. It's in the back of the net. RKC equalize. And in 10 minutes of play, we've seen 1 goal apiece. It's the first home goal brought to you by Visit Racine County. And both goals coming from corners. What a moment for RKC.
Yeah, that was a quality delivery into
the back of the net. RKC equalize. And in 10 minutes of play, we've seen 1 goal apiece. It's the first home after giving up that goal to Chicago City. RKC able to come back, put one on the board. What does that mean going forward now for RKC?
We'll see. Off the kickoff, they're already pressing again, and you can tell that the energy's high. They just got a goal. They're ready to go back and get another one. So we'll see.
Chicago City only conceded 1 goal in 2 matches against RKC last year, already conceding in the first 10 minutes of play. But here's a through ball up ahead. Harms coming out, delays a little bit, but then commits to it, and she'll get there first. So Greta Harms called into action, and she delivers for RKC, jumping down on the ball. Great through ball from Chicago City, but just couldn't find that end product. Turned over in the midfield again. RKC able to win it back. Here's O'Regan. Played out to King. 3-on-1 the other way, but the pass from King just a little too long. It'll go all the way back to Vipensky. She rolls it to her left. Turnover again. RKC in a great position here. Offside flag is up. Well, thought you could get a little touch there from the Chicago City defense, but RKC able to force another turnover high in Chicago City's defense. That's a great look for this RKC team.
Yeah.
Pressure early on.
RKC is pressing very high, and it's allowing them to get many dangerous chances, which eventually they'll be able to get some goals and get some great opportunities from.
Great turn in the midfield. Looking out wide. Couldn't connect with King. Chicago City will reset. Play works up the right side. Megan McNeely defending alongside Emma Paraskos. And there's a ball over the top. Finds its way. Adriana Rodriguez is able to stand up, and McGinn cleans things up for RKC, and out to Sophia King looking for Molly O'Regan. Couldn't find her.
Oh, great ball. Great ball to Molly. Molly's carrying.
Here comes O'Regan. She's stepping through with her right foot. Great defensive close down from Chicago City. But a great chance again from RKC. You just got to play that ball over the top.
And a great look from number 13, finding her into the space with a great ball. Good weight on the pass, so yeah.
We're going back and forth here at Pritchard Park early on. Chicago City, RKC Third Coast tied 1 apiece. It started in the 4th minute with Chicago City scoring off a corner, and then RKC responds in the 9th off a corner of their own. Both corners brought to you by the Prairie School, corner kick sponsor of RKC Third Coast, and the RKC home goal brought to you by Visit Racine County, the official home goal sponsor of RKC Third Coast. There's that ball over the top again to O'Regan. They're going to be looking for that all game long. But instead, it's Vipensky who collects. Played up ahead for Chicago City. And laid off. Driving down the right side, Emma Paraskos comes across and makes a great stand to stop play, and Greta Harms will slow things down. Find Paraskos again. Play working down this left sideline, and RKC break forward. McGinn can't find the clearance. Pressure coming from Paige Baird. There goes Paige Baird. Baird still moving forward down the left flank. She's down in the corner now. She'll lay it off to Brielle Rochester and eventually finds its way back to Natalia Stadler. Contact in the midfield. Advantage played for Chicago City. They're looking for a through ball of their own. And that one goes out of play. I think it was offsides anyway, so no harm there for Chicago City. But Paige Baird getting involved. First time that she was able to work her way down that left flank, and it looked really good from Baird. Another returner for RKC.
Yeah, her speed let her beat the defender and then continue down the left wing. So We hope to see more of that tonight.
Chicago City content with keeping possession down here on the right side. Now they'll work it across in the midfield with some space. We're 15 minutes in. It's 1-1 between the two sides.
Great turn. And good pass up to the captain, number 9. But RKC is there to swoop up the ball and get it back, play it into the midfield.
Step in from Sophia King, but the ball goes out of play. It'll be Chicago City throwing it in on the far side. Well, we're at 1-1 between the two teams, and what are you seeing so far from Chicago City that you've been liking, Jacob?
I've been seeing that the right center back, number 13, has been doing a very good job passing the ball up the right wing, creating a couple chances, and then looking to find the striker up top. You can tell that their set pieces are very strong. That's definitely one of their big advantages. But you can tell that RKC also has a big threat in set pieces, so it should be interesting to see what happens.
Paige Baird was working her way down the left side again. She's got stood up a little bit, but eventually ball goes out of play. It's RKC's ball, and now turned over again. Chicago City with numbers. RKC needing to respond. Played out to the left side. Step in there from RKC, and it's Baird again with a chance to get her head up and looking for that pass to Molly O'Regan. Couldn't find it.
Good job beating the press from Chicago City. As they play it down the right wing yet again.
Chicago City loving going down that right flank, and ball played into the box. Shouts for a handball, but nothing given. Natural position. And it's a turnover on the far side. It'll be a throw-in for Chicago City. 16:35 gone in the game. We're tied at 1-1.
And there seems to be a small switch. Sophia King seems to switch over to the left wing.
Paige Baird will head over to the right wing for RKC, and it's a corner kick upcoming for Chicago City, brought to you by the Prairie School. Chicago City and RKC both scoring their first goals of the 2024 USL W League season off of corner kicks. This one floated in. It's in a dangerous area in the box, still bouncing around, and Chicago City come away with it. Working on the left side, looking back into the box. Service not there. Cleared away by RKC. Chance to redeliver. This one floated up, and it's easy for Greta Harms. Chicago City, a couple of dangerous opportunities there on the corner. The ball bouncing around in the box, but RKC keeping their head and keeping the play in front of the feet. McGinn drives the ball forward to Mahoney. Mahoney switches play to the left side. Space to work for Megan McNeely. Back to Mahoney. She's almost still on her feet. Ball played out, looking for Sophia King, but King hadn't made the run, and the ball is going to roll all the way back out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Molly Vipensky. Chicago City worked down the left side again. McGinn able to step in and get a touch on a ball in the midfield. Chicago City recover. Cleared away again by McNeely. Here's Paige Baird. Lays it off to Brielle Rochester. Driving in to Mahoney. Mahoney shot from distance, and that one well wide and away. It'll be a goal kick upcoming for Molly Vipensky. Chicago City keep possession on the near side. Great move forward. The forward pass from Kelly Flores. Now it's clipped up ahead. Driving down the right side, but it's going to run just long. Pass was intended for Brianna Rodriguez. Plays her college soccer at Pittsburgh in the ACC. Throw in to Mahoney. It's touched out of play. Back in the path for Kelly Flores. Good 1-2 work there from Chicago City to continue play on the right side. Shot driven long and wide. Greta Harms not tested. Harms lays it off to McGinn. Around the right side to Rodriguez. And Rodriguez runs out of room. It's a turnover for RKC. Throw in upcoming for Chicago City on the far side. McGinn standing up the attacker. Chicago City able to lay it off and work it all the way back around. It'll find Alexi Diaz. Diaz clipping one forward, but no one home for Chicago City. That's a great ball from Diaz, just didn't have that final runner making that run in.
Yeah, Diaz has been very consistent in this first half and has been finding many opportunities down the right side.
So Greta Harms sets up. 21 minutes gone in this one. We're all tied at 1-1 between Chicago City and RKC Third Coast. This one will find Molly O'Regan. She lays it off to Parascos. Driven forward to King. Good 1-2 touch passing here from RKC. In the middle to Mahoney. She's got space. She calls Paige Baird to drive forward, but a good step in from Chicago City. I mean, great play right there from RKC. That's probably the best run of play we've seen from this RKC side in these opening 25 minutes.
Yeah, Molly does a great job of dropping in and, just getting the ball, creating some play, and being able to create a great opportunity out of it and switching the field and then finding the ball up.
Good press again from RKC, but it's driven back to Vipensky in goal. Once again, Vipensky made that huge save earlier on to deny Molly O'Regan at the doorstep. You got to think if that one goes in for RKC, you have a 2-1 lead in this game.
Yeah, that was definitely a game changer, a great save from the keeper.
This one,
great throw.
Great throw forward, a chance to break forward. King's in the box. It's going to run all the way back to the left side for her. She beats her defender and drives down the byline. Gets a touch in. Vipensky there to collect. And once again, Molly Vipensky called into action. And she makes a save. Save brought to you by Camp Shutout, the world's largest goalkeeping camp hosted in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, with over 450 goalkeepers. Camp Shutout, thank you for your support of RKC Third Coast. Brianna Rodriguez dropping into the midfield. Now working to the left side. Played up top. McGinn gives pressure.
Delisha drops in, gets the ball, creates some play, just holds it up and passes it back just to keep the ball, drag RKC a little bit out, and keep possession for her team.
Delisha Spence playing up top for Chicago City. She's made a couple of runs in so far, just hasn't found that end ball. Her and Brianna Rodriguez look to be the two main targets for this Chicago City side.
For sure.
It'll work down the left side, for Chicago City. Rodriguez defends for RKC. Laid off again. Great step in from Kylie Mahoney. Cleared all the way back. It'll find Alexi Diaz for Chicago City. Play works down the right field side. Throw in for Chicago City. Play cleared away again from Chicago City. They're working it all the way back to the back line and very content to just pass it all the way back to Vipensky, who's well out of her goal box and right around the 25-yard line. She drops it off to Avila, and that pass goes long. Uncharacteristic there from Chicago City, but it's a turnover, and RKC will have a chance to move it forward. King flicks it on.
Great
King
shielding.
able to win it back. That's great work there from Sophia King. A little step over at the end as well from the Concordia St. Paul student athlete as her throw-in is headed away. And King getting physical again in the midfield. Player down for Chicago City. And they're going to call the trainers on, so we'll step aside. We'll return when action resumes here at Pritchard Park. Back at Pritchard Park for USL W League home opening action for RKC Third Coast. It's 1-1 between the two sides. A goal in the 4th minute for Chicago City. A goal in the 8th minute for RKC Third Coast. Both of them off of corners. Set pieces dictating the game early on. It feels like Chicago City have had better runs of play, but RKC have defended really well.
For sure.
Moving to McGinn.
RKC has been having a great strength from Molly O'Regan, creating a lot of chances down the middle and being a great threat for RKC.
Play works down to McNeely. She goes for a cross, couldn't find it. We got an early substitution here for RKC as well. Haley Christensen comes on, the Marquette freshman. She's on the ball now, wearing number 12 for RKC Third Coast.
And the ball goes out to be a corner for RKC.
So Haley Christensen comes in. 14 appearances her freshman season at Marquette, and she's able to win a corner kick. Brought to you by the Prairie School, the official corner kick sponsor of RKC Third Coast. Corner kick going long. Vipensky gets out there, just barely gets a touch on it. And RKC recover again. Chance to try and get another ball into the box, but it's great defense from Chicago City. And a great shield at the goal line for a goal kick.
To learn more about their fantastic educational offerings, visit prairieschool.com.
Chicago City looking long again. It's a foot race, and it's one that Adriana Rodriguez wins very comfortably. And she'll play it all the way back to Greta Harms. Harms continues the move of play to the left side in McNeely. McNeely drops it to Paraskos. Lifted ball from Paraskos. It'll find Rodriguez on the right side. Once again, RKC really settling into this game. We're seeing them now connecting passes flowing through the midfield. Here's O'Regan. Has Christensen to her left, Baird to her right. She'll go to Paige Baird. Recovering from an offside position. She's on now. Flag stays down for Paige Baird. Baird, the youngest player on this team, cuts to her left foot, shoots. It's saved by Vipensky. Another great dribble move from Paige Baird.
Great skill and great save from the keeper as well.
Now Chicago City in transition. Moving forward, Kelly Flores, long ball ahead. It'll fall. Brianna Rodriguez, one-on-one, brought down, whistle blows. In the box, it'll be a penalty. Paraskos brought down Rodriguez. Moving forward, Kelly Flores, long ball ahead. It'll fall. Brianna Rodriguez, one-on-one, brought down, whistle blows. In the box, it'll be a penalty. Paraskos, penalty opportunity for Chicago City. We'll see who steps up to take it. Their first penalty of the season. Spence was nearby, but it looks like it will be Brianna Rodriguez who won the penalty. Now she steps away. Greta Harms in the net. Here's Whiteside for Chicago City. 31st minute of action. Whiteside finds the corner. Great penalty from Courtney Whiteside.
Yeah, great composure from Whiteside, finding the bottom left corner and slotting it in.
Whiteside's the most experienced player on this team. City. 31st minute of action. Whiteside finds the corner. Great penalty from Courtney Whiteside.
Yeah, great composure from Whiteside, finding the bottom left corner and slotting it in.
26, not 25.
We'll get corrected up here. It's Fernanda Soto who scores a penalty for Chicago City, number 26. RKC needing to respond again. Foul called in the midfield, and it'll be a turnover. Free kick upcoming for Chicago City.
But great double team from Molly O'Regan and Rochester.
Turnover. Christensen makes her way forward down the line, just ran out of room on the near side. Throw-in upcoming for Chicago City. Defended by McNeely. Her header goes backwards. Clipped forward by Rodriguez. Looking for Spence. Ball rolls out of play on the backside. It'll be a goal kick for RKC. 32 minutes gone. We're approaching halftime. Down 2-1. One goal comes off a corner. The other one a penalty off of a breakaway for Chicago City at halftime. What do you think Coach Burke is going to say? You have one goal on the board. You're playing pretty well. You settle into this game. What do you think the halftime talk is going to be?
I think Coach will definitely just tell them to keep going, keep playing the way that they know how to play. And
here's another chance. Spence lifting one and looking for that top right corner. Couldn't find it. That one came off a turnover again. I think that's the one thing that does need to be cleaned up. You know, you're playing well when you're advancing the ball through the midfield, but just getting the ball to the midfield, especially against the Chicago City press.
Exactly. With the team pressing so high, it's important to be able to do things to break the press. And, you know, Molly O'Regan has been doing a great job of dropping in, as well as the midfielders for RKC. And I think if they just continue, they'll be able to continue beating the press and breaking down Chicago City.
Throw in for Chicago City on the far side. just about 12 minutes to go until halftime. Play one back by RKC. Rodriguez steps out for the throw-in. Chicago City win it back and play it back through the defense. Worked all the way outside to the most recent goal scorer, Fernando Soto. Soto lays it off. Great step through the midfield from the Chicago City back line, but Parascos there to intercept. Mahoney, loose touch, turned over, and a chance to break for Chicago City. Players both ways. Here's Nieto. Stepping with her left foot, shot blocked away by RKC. Great recovery from Mahoney, turned it over, and able to get back on defense and deflect it away for a corner. Corner kick brought to you by the Prairie School, the 2024 corner kick sponsor of RKC Third Coast. High ball from the corner, headed away by RKC.
And good skill from Leah Crotty, finding the midfielder in the middle.
Up to Spence again. Her pass deflected away. Pressure coming, foul called on Chicago City. Great step through the midfield again from RKC. 10 minutes to go until halftime. Parascos will take the free kick. She goes well ahead with it, looking for Christensen. And Christensen able to press and win it back momentarily. Ball looking up ahead for O'Regan. Couldn't find her. And City will pass it back through the midfield, looking again to go all the way to the back line. And they will. O'Regan applies pressure. Stepping forward is RKC. Now the press can sort of reorganize here as the ball goes back to Vipensky for Chicago City. Into the midfield. Good one-time pass from Spence, working down the right side to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, defended by Parascos. Already one yellow for Emma Parascos today, but that time she defends well. And RKC able to clean things up. It'll find Christensen. Christensen drives through midfield. She's held off and pushed down by Rodriguez. Wins the foul again. The forward's doing a really good job of dropping in, receiving the pass, and then looking to get forward.
For sure, they've been creating a lot of opportunities by doing this, dropping in and exchanging positions with the other attacking players, and it's been working well for RKC in this first half.
Free kick taken, looking to go ahead. It's going to deflect out to Baird. Almost got to her, but just slowed up in time for Chicago City to recover. Baird's had a couple of great chances so far for
Great
RKC.
ball.
Here's a great ball ahead and a chance to break forward one-on-one. Shot and a goal. Bottom right corner for Chicago City, and it's 3-1.
Incredible vision from Leah Crotty, playing the ball into space, finding the winger up top. Incredible ball and an incredible finish.
Chances so far for
Great
RKC.
ball.
Here's a great ball ahead and a chance to break forward one-on-one. Shot and a goal. Bottom right corner for Chicago City, and it's 3-1. Chicago City. 3-1 now, and that one, a great goal from open play. Starts from the back line, moving forward. All about the response now for RKC.
Goal was scored by Kelly.
Stadler loses out on it. Great work here from Chicago City. One-touch passing. Played out to the right side, Fernando Soto. Soto scored the penalty. Nieto leaves it for Soto, up to Spence. Spence drives past her defender. Spence looking in the box, one touch there. Shot, goal. Chicago City, 2 quick fire goals, and they take a 3-goal lead. To the right side, Fernando Soto. Soto scored the penalty. Nieto leaves it for Soto, up to Spence. Spence drives past her defender. Spence looking in the box, one touch there. Shot, goal. 4-1 now for RKC Third Coast in their first game of the USL W League. That one scored by Brianna Rodriguez. Now RKC looking to play a little bit more direct, get the ball up the pitch as much as possible. You've got some really great forwards that have shown so far in Christensen, O'Regan, and Baird. As Soto pressured by Christensen again. Nieto. Throw in for City on the far side. Throw will go the other way now. I think an illegal throw in there. So, or just a foul called on Chicago City. It'll be Athena McGinn to step forward. She wants to go direct. So McGinn goes along with the free kick. 4 minutes to go until the closing stages of the first half. Till we get to stoppage time as McGinn pokes it away again. Chance to break forward for Chicago City. Paraskos cleans things up. Can't clear it out. It only falls as far as Nieto. Up to Spence. Spence trying to get back to Nieto, but RKC turn it over. Works out to Christensen. Christensen goes crossfield to Mahoney. Mahoney lays it off to Rodriguez. Space on the right side for Adriana Rodriguez. Now RKC working through. There's a great move in the middle. Sliding tackle. And foul called. So free kick from a pretty dangerous area here for Molly. Now RKC working through. There's a great move in the middle. Sliding tackle. And foul called.
Sure, that was a great moment. Great piece of skill from Standler. And now it will give a opportunity for Christensen.
Haley Christensen from just about 25 yards out. She drives it. It's a good-looking ball, but just a little too high. And Vipensky will settle it for a goal kick. Driving through the midfield is Soto. She gets past a couple. Whistle blows. Foul called. But the right back, Fernando Soto, getting up and involved early on for Chicago City. '43rd minute. Baird getting ahead to it, but it falls all the way back to Chicago City. Turnover in the midfield, Mahoney. She'll find Christensen. Christensen with a couple of options, looking for O'Regan. Christensen able to win it back. Molly O'Regan had her pass deflected away and finds Spence up ahead. Spence lays it off. Chicago City will work all the way back to Vipensky.
Leah Karate has been a great midfielder for Chicago City this first half. She's been getting on the ball a lot, not afraid to play out the back and finding a lot of good opportunities.
Three minutes of stoppage time upcoming. As here's Nieto. Leaving it for Rodriguez. Parascos gives chase. Nieto back to Rodriguez. Good 1-2. Second ball can't find the feet of a City player, and a chance to break forward for Christensen, who goes down hard. Able to pop right back up, but it's a turnover and a chance to break the other way. Nieto shoots from long range. It's deflected right away. And Christensen called for a foul there on Leah Karate.
Soto plays the ball back.
Soto's been getting involved a lot from that right back position. And she was a substitute in this game. Originally, it was Alexi Diaz who played at that right back spot, but she got hurt on the near side. So Soto had to come in as an early substitution.
Soto's been doing a great job of having many individual runs up the right wing and also finding good passes to break RKC's press.
Here's Soto again with the throw-in. Looking for Spence, but that pass a little too strong from Brianna Rodriguez. We're into stoppage time. 3 minutes of it here at Pritchard Park. It's 4-1 Chicago City. It was 1-1, and then a penalty call, and Soto delivered to make it 2-1, and then 2 goals in a matter of 6 minutes for Chicago City have the visitors up by 3. It's not to say RKC hasn't looked bad. They've been playing some really good soccer, moving the ball from back to front. Just a couple of breakdowns defensively.
Yeah, for sure. Chicago City got a lot of momentum in those 30th minute, 25th minute, and they were able to bury a couple goals. But, RKC has been staying strong, still playing the way that they always have played, and, continuing to find opportunities up the field and being a dangerous threat for her.
Nieto leaves it for Spence. Drop back to Soto. Christensen steps in. Great tackle from the forward. Christensen still looking to get ahead, but she's tackled off the ball. Nieto. And that pass well out into the stands for RKC. Caught by a fan. We'll throw it back to Megan McNeely. And McNeely looks ahead. Falls to Stadler. Stadler goes long. This one clipped up for Molly O'Regan. Chance to run under it. And she'll actually let it run out of play for a corner. Brought to you by the Prairie School, the official corner kick sponsor of RKC Third Coast.
RKC was very successful off of their last corner, so we'll look to see what they can make off this last opportunity in the first half.
Yeah, closing minutes, closing seconds, really, of the first half. This one driven in, back post, great ball, headed in, still loose on the goal line. Not in a play just yet. Now the flag goes up. It's a corner kick on the other side for RKC. Vapensky comes across, makes another great save.
Yeah, great delivery. Great goal line clearance from Chicago City's defense, and we look to see another opportunity from RKC.
Corner on the other side, another chance in front. It's cleared off the line again, and that's 3 corners that have been dangerous for RKC. And eventually, Chicago City able to push the ball out of play. And that'll be it for halftime. 4-1, the lead for Chicago City. A couple of chances at the back end for Chicago City. But we'll step aside. Arnav Pokhrel, Jacob Garrigues joining you on RKC Third Coast YouTube channel. We'll be back after halftime for second half action here at Pritchard Park.
Located in southeast Wisconsin, come discover Racine County. Plan your visit today at visitracinecounty.com. Located in southeast Wisconsin, come discover Racine County. Plan your visit today at visitracinecounty.com. located in southeast Wisconsin. Come discover Racine County. Plan your visit today at visitracinecounty.com.
Welcome back to Pritchard Park as we get set for half number 2, just closing minute of half number 1. 4-1 the score between Chicago City and RKC Third Coast. Jacob, I mean, you go into the final 15 or so minutes of the first half, and you're only down 2-1, a penalty, a corner kick goal, and then those 2 open play goals from Chicago City really kind of burst open the floodgates, and all the momentum kind of shifts the way of Chicago City. If you're RKC, how do you take that momentum, respond in the second half? A win is going to be a tough spot from here, but you do want to walk away from this game with a little bit of confidence going into the next game.
RKC just really has to focus on limiting the mistakes out of the back, even though that's the way they play. They like to play out of the back, which is risky, but it takes a lot of talent, and they have the talent on their team. So, they just have to limit their mistakes and then look to have their attacking players get more opportunities, get more on the ball, and create more opportunities for RKC.
Referees meeting at center circle between the two sides as Chicago City make their way out of the back bench onto the left side. RKC making their way out to the field. We do know of a goalkeeper change for RKC Third Coast. Taylor Premack steps in for Greta Harms after Harms gives up 4 in the first. Premack has some really good numbers. 3 years at Holy Cross College. She made 47 starts, over 4,200 minutes, posted a 79.2 save percentage number alongside a 1.42 goals against average. So Premack comes in with a lot of good statistics from college, but now it's about USL W League play. She's transferring to Division II school Barton College in the fall, so trying to get some minutes in before that, and it'll be exciting. Obviously, coming in at halftime is not where you want to come in as a goalkeeper because you got to sit the first half, watch that play happen, but it also could be good because you got to see how the other team's playing.
Players such as Soto, Leah Crotty, and Brianna Rodriguez, very talented players that are going to create a lot of chances against RKC. But now that she knows that, she's going to be able to act differently and shut down their shots.
Up top for Chicago City, it's Spence. She was one of the biggest threats for the city in the first half. As we await the whistle to signal the start of half number 2. We're underway in half number 2 here at Pritchard Park. Chicago City with possession. And immediately it's a turnover. Molly O'Regan bursting forward. Option to her right. It'll fall all the way back to Mahoney. RKC unable to hold possession. Spence lines up a pass, but it runs just long of the intended target. RKC able to recover. Adriana Rodriguez works back. Ella Labarski also makes her way onto the pitch for RKC. Now here's a chance to break forward for the Third Coast. Headed away by Chicago City, but Mahoney steps in the way. Worked out wide, intended for Christensen, runs just long of her. It'll be a throw-in for Chicago City on the far side. Back to Vipensky for Chicago City. Played into the midfield. Pressure coming again from RKC. Long ball intended for the right side. Couldn't find anyone, and now it'll go all the way back to Taylor Premack. So first involvement for Premack and RKC in an RKC jersey. Also onto the field for RKC Third Coast, Elizabeth Weinberg, number 17, now playing on the right side. Comes in for Paige Baird. Weinberg spent 2 years at Carroll College, was all CCIW, all conference player. Transferred to UIC for the past fall, made a couple of appearances for her junior year, now has a senior year coming up this fall. As that pass cleared well out of play. It'll be a throw-in for RKC Third Coast on the far side. A couple of minutes pass in half number 2, and it does look like a brighter start for RKC. But now the question is, can they keep this up for an extended period of time? Here's Weinberg. Has her pass cut out by Kelly Flores. Weinberg wins it back. Rodriguez looking for Weinberg again, just skipped under her foot. Throw in on the near side, looking for Spence, and Lebarski is called for the foul. A little bit too much contact there on the back of Spence. It'll be left for Flores, and now left for Diaz. Pass forward, step in from Kylie Mahoney, and she's able to win the foul. Great hustle from Kylie Mahoney, the midfielder. Wins possession back for RKC. Rodriguez will leave it for Lebarski to take. Lebarski's got options. Rodriguez to her right. Instead, she'll go long, looking up ahead to O'Regan. Lebarski clears again. Weinberg goes up. Flores for Chicago City. Cuts through the midfield. Drops it off. It's going to go all the way back to the back line. Christensen bursting forward, looking to create a turnover. Christensen goes to ground, gets a touch on the ball, but also follows through on the player, so foul called. Chicago City possession. There's an RKC team with, I believe, only one more sub left. After a couple of early subs, you brought on Christensen for Sophia King. At halftime, you make a couple of changes in net, as well as you bring on Weinberg and Lebarski. So that's 4 of your 5, as here goes Weinberg. Shot from distance and flashing wide. Had a chance to take a few more touches and drive forward. Also had a player cutting through on her left, but went from long range and just missed the net there. But once again, RKC showing that that press, when it works, can be dangerous. Step in from Lebarski. Chance on the back end for RKC, and excuse me, for Chicago City. RKC will get possession. And Premack will step up for a goal kick. She'll play it short. Play again, finding the midfield in Chicago City, able to retain possession. Now step back and working around. Good defense from Christensen. Chance to break forward again. Has Weinberg all the way on the far sideline if she can find her. Instead, it's slotted through to Molly O'Regan. Steps with her left foot. She goes down through contact. Ball goes out of play. Corner kick, RKC. RKC corner kicks brought to you by the Prairie School, the official corner kick sponsor of RKC Third Coast. And once again, we're seeing these flashes, these moments for RKC where they're able to turn possession forward, get forward, find those balls through to Molly O'Regan. But it's all about finding that final pass now if you're the Third Coast. Here's a ball to the back post again. It's in! Corner number 2. It's another goal for Brielle Rochester. RKC, where they're able to turn possession forward, get forward, find those balls through to Molly O'Regan. But it's all about finding that final pass now if you're the Third Coast. Here's a ball to the back post again. It's in! Corner number 2. It's another goal for Brielle Rochester. That RKC Third Coast home goal brought to you by Visit Racine County.
And another goal for Brielle Rochester.
That's 2 goals for Rochester, both of them coming on headed attempts for RKC. I mean, a couple of dangerous corners so far. It looks like set pieces are where RKC could make their money this season.
Yeah, for sure. You can tell that the corner taker and Brielle definitely have a great connection, some good chemistry, and are going to be able to create a lot of chances, a lot of goals from set pieces.
We'll talk about a response early on. Now it's a little bit of a game here. 2-goal game with just over 30 minutes, 35 minutes to go. And it was Haley Christensen on the corner kick, so that's an assist for Christensen as well. O'Regan back to Rochester, turned over and back in the path of Chicago City. And you think about this Chicago City team, and they didn't give up many goals last year. And even in the games they lost, other than the games to Aurora, they lost 1 game to Rochester FC. It was a 1-0 result. So this team doesn't concede very often. You look at the changes they made roster-wise, they got stronger in the back end. So for RKC to put up 2 goals on corner kicks is a really good look for this team for the upcoming matches in the future.
For sure, it shows that RKC has a very strong squad and that they'll be able to do a lot of damage to many good teams in this league. But it also shows that, Chicago City, although they've given up 2 goals, that they're still a very good and attacking team. They're going to be able to have a successful season.
I mean, if your head coach, Lakeisha Gums, it's her second season at the helm, led them to a playoff berth last year. There's some good and some bad. You haven't given up an open play goal, but also you give up 2 set-piece goals. As here's a drive forward from Mahoney. She rips a shot, and it's well over the crossbar. They're going to say it deflected off of a Chicago City foot, so it's another corner kick upcoming for RKC Third Coast, and you got to think Brielle Rochester, you're going to man-mark her now because you don't want her to find her way at the back to the back post again.
For sure. Chicago City has got to put their strongest, biggest, most physical player on her and make sure that they can shut out any goals or opportunities.
So Christensen steps to the corner spot again. The corner brought to you by the Prairie School, the official corner kick sponsor of RKC Third Coast. Here's the delivery, looking for the back post. It's almost an Olympico. Touched over the bar from Chicago City's goalkeeper, and it's another corner kick that is dangerous for RKC.
Yeah, Christensen just whips the ball in. Unlucky, goes out of bounds, but another corner for Christensen.
Yeah, I mean, any chance you can get Christensen the ball at a dead spot, especially on these corners, RKC have looked dangerous. This is the spot where she assisted Brielle Rochester to kick off scoring in the second frame. Goes high again. This one a little bit short of the penalty spot, and now that one bounces harmlessly out of play, so Chicago City get away with one there. Spence loses her touch, and now a little bit of life in RKC Third Coast. Players moving with speed. This one finds Rochester. She's looking up ahead to Molly O'Regan in the corner. It's going to be a battle to get there, and O'Regan just loses out, bodied off the ball a little bit in the corner.
level. And it was good.
So now RKC stepping up the press a little bit as a Chicago City throw in on the near side. Able to turn the ball over yet again deep in the attacking zone, but Chicago City able to force it off of a RKC player. Now back around to Chicago City. This one just a no-nonsense clearance. It's going to run out of play. Well, flashes of brilliance again from RKC, especially when they're pressing. Numbers getting forward. It's almost everybody in the attacking half right now of Chicago City.
Yeah, although RKC is down in points, their energy is still up and their passion is still up.
Rodriguez able to deflect it off of a Chicago City foot again. Looks up ahead. Great turn from O'Regan. She's squeezed by two defenders. Can't find her way through. And a ball played out by Chicago City. So dangerous again. Another opportunity for a throw-in for RKC Third Coast. Looks like Chicago City will make a sub. So off goes Delisha Spence. She's been dangerous today. Couple of really good opportunities when she's working 1-2s with her strike partner, Brianna Rodriguez. But right around the 60-minute mark, she'll go off and she'll be replaced by one of the Chicago City substitutes. We'll wait to get a number on that one as RKC Third Coast still in the attacking phase of play here. Headed away by Chicago City and back out of play.
On varsity, Thor for Delisha Spence.
It's Sage Thor who steps in for Delisha Spence, number 24. That ball's going to fall to Christensen, and it's lifted just over the crossbar. Haley Christensen, been involved a couple of times, has the assist on the second Brielle Rochester goal. Had a little bit of time there to take a touch, but she went for the first time volley, and it lifted it just over the crossbar. But chances are coming right now for RKC. City pinned deep in their own half, and now will go long. Ducking under it. It's a long trek back, and it'll find its way all the way back to Premack. Taylor Premack looking to distribute again, but turns it over. Great move down the right flank. Good close down from Lebarski. City win it back, and it's touched out of play last by City, so it'll be a goal kick for RKC Third Coast and Taylor Premack. There's been so much offense in this game, you kind of forget that you got to get back, you got to defend, and the RKC defense, the four defenders doing a good job of tracking their runners. Saw a couple of good moves from Chicago City, the dummies, to work up some space, but RKC doing a good job of sticking with the man.
Yeah, for sure. RKC has been very solid in the back.
Looking to move forward again. Christensen closing down with speed, but just couldn't get to the ball first. Once again, good defensive coverage from RKC and a good turn in the midfield. Chance to break forward again for the Third Coast. Through ball looking to go over the top to O'Regan. Good twisted run there from the striker, inverting with Haley Christensen. As RKC really settling down in this one, finding their feet a little bit in this second half. City still pushing forward. Good interception from RKC. Now driving through the midfield, it'll find Rochester. She's got a layoff pass and instead will drop it all the way back to Rodriguez. She'll get it back. Here's Rochester. Went for the first time long ball. Christensen closing down with speed. And it's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. And whistle blows for an injured player. I believe that's Fernanda Soto who went down to a knee. She's got a goal on a penalty for Chicago City. So as Soto gets back to her feet and play restarts, it'll be a drop ball back to the goalkeeper for Chicago City. Substitution for the City as well. Looks like that might be Soto going off. So they've made a couple of changes there at the back end. And it's Kelsey Ham who steps on. Here's a chance. A shot from distance just flashes wide of that right post. There's another great chance for RKC Third Coast and leads to a goal kick. Goal kick finds the left sideline for Chicago City. Once again, this City team led by Lakeisha Gums, who long professional soccer career, including for her hometown team, Leicester City, professionally, and coaching their youth and reserve teams. A lot of experience for Lakeisha Gums, bringing that to Chicago City. Coaches a couple of youth teams and now is coaching the USLW team for the City program as Weinberg goes down. The Gums is an experienced coach and showing it here. Here's a turnover, chance to break forward. It's Christensen one-on-one. She'll touch past the goalkeeper. Can't finish it. Great defensive stand from Chicago City.
Yeah, incredible defense from Chicago, but also great breakthrough from Christensen and a lot of speed, a lot of power, and just unlucky not being able to finish it in the back.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the breakthrough. The press works again. Christensen goes ahead, but then it's a great breakthrough. It's even better defense from Chicago City. You have to commend that sliding tackle. It's dangerous when you've got two offensive players to go sliding in like that, but it's a corner for RKC. Cleared away by Chicago City. Lubarski plays it right back out to Christensen. Christensen down the right flank. Her cross is deflected out. Another corner brought to you by the Prairie School, RKC's official corner kick sponsor.
Yeah, that was an incredible moment from Veronica Avila. That slide tackle at the top of the box, that's a really game-changing moment.
Corner coming in again. It's looking dangerous, but Chicago City cleaning up the defense on set plays as Lubarski looks ahead. She goes long. It's a great ball forward. Flag stays down. Christensen one-on-one. It's deflected right into the hands of the goalkeeper. If you're Christensen there, you want to go for goal, but also you got to realize there's a couple of other players in the box there as RKC move forward again. Cross comes in. It's a dangerous ball to the back post, but no one home for RKC. Couple of great offensive opportunities as RKC chases this 2-goal lead for Chicago City.
Yeah, that was a great through ball from Lubarski, finding the open player and creating a very, very dangerous chance for RKC.
Lubarski came on at halftime for RKC Third Coast as there's a goal kick from Chicago City. Mahoney gets a touch on it, deflected Rochester, and now Premack will come out and she'll back this one all the way into her own box and collect with her hands. She'll slow things down with just over 25 minutes left in this one. RKC chasing a 2-goal lead for Chicago City. Great play in the midfield. Some speed to work on the outside. Player goes to ground for Chicago City. There's another one. Intense collision between two players, and Christensen comes out the better of the two. Chicago City slowing things down now, content to pass around the back and hold on to this 2-goal lead. Both RKC goals brought to you by Visit Racine County. Both of them scored by Brielle Rochester. There's a shot from distance, and it's comfortable for Taylor Premack. Makes her first save of the night. The save is brought to you by Camp Shutout, the nation's largest goalkeeping camp. Hosted in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Ball played long again. Lubarski will track it down for RKC. She'll roll it forward. Looking to go out left to McNeely, but the pass cut out by Chicago City. Unable to retain possession. Throw-in upcoming for the Third Coast. Through ball up ahead. Speed again for RKC and a goalkeeper off her line. Numbers flying forward for the Third Coast. Things slow down. Pass. Couldn't find its target in the middle. But RKC with the counter press, and they're able to win the ball back. Worked out to Christensen, just couldn't find it. She goes to win the ball back, makes contact with the player, and is called for the foul. So 23 minutes left to go. Christensen commits the foul, but once again, that counter press right now for RKC looks really dangerous. They're winning the ball back in dangerous positions. It's about connecting now after you find that pass.
Yeah, Christensen has been showing a lot of energy on defense as well as on offense. She's a player that likes to take people one-on-one for sure, and she's been able to do that.
Diaz lays it off. Goes to Thor. Now Diaz again. Defended by Rodriguez, and this is a good battle right now, and Diaz able to pass away from it, but it's turned over again. Christensen looking for space. It'll find McNeely. First time ball over the top intended for O'Regan. Couldn't find her.
RKC has been building a lot of momentum since the substitution of Fernanda Soto as well as Spence. And, they just keep getting more and more opportunities and creating more chances.
And it's been the substitutes for RKC that have really stood out as well. Labarski at the back end playing really solid, but also Christensen, who came on early on in this game, right around that 31, 32-minute mark.
Yeah, for sure. Christensen and Labarski have both had huge effects on this game and, are helping out RKC a lot in the second half as well.
Weinberg found a great pass into the middle, but RKC couldn't connect after that. Here's Thor. Over to Diaz. Chicago City continuing to pass around the back. They'll go all the way back to the goalkeeper. We saw this a couple of times in the first half, just continuing to switch play, spread out this RKC defense. Headed away by RKC, right into the midfield, and Chicago City recover again. Labarski touches to herself, able to shield off her defender and keep play moving forward. And she'll take a stutter step to her left and play a ball into O'Regan. O'Regan's pass back is deflected away from McNeely, but good recovery from the RKC back line. Looking to find Christensen forward again. Foul called on Chicago City. It'll be an RKC free kick. The closing stage of this one, another substitution for the Third Coast. It's a substitution at the back line for RKC. Ball's headed forward. And now back to Rodriguez. Weinberg saw the runner Rodriguez. Rodriguez will get to the corner. Ball comes out. It's deflected away from the goalkeeper. A chance to lay off a pass. The shot is saved again right into the goalkeeper's hands. Uncharacteristic mistake at the back line for Chicago City, but RKC unable to capitalize. And once again, another golden moment there for RKC.
Yeah, RKC's press has been working very well in the second half.
There it is again. O'Regan had a chance to pull a shot. Weinberg stepped in with speed. There's a long-range effort. Ambitious from Kylie Mahoney. Unable to get anywhere close to goal. 20 minutes to go in this one. I mean, second half has been really positive if you're RKC.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they've been creating a lot of chances and that one goal, and they're continuing. They seem to have a lot of energy, a lot of momentum behind them. Although they're down 4-2, they still have their momentum and are still fighting to get more goals and possibly come back.
Deflected forward, flicked on by O'Regan. Here's Weinberg closing in on goal with her right foot. It's a comfortable save for Chicago City. And once again, those chances are there for RKC. It's about making the most of them now in these final 20 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. It's really important that RKC capitalizes on these moments because although they are getting a lot, you do have to capitalize as much as you can on these few moments that you are going to get in the rest of the second half.
Looks like a completely different team. I mean, it kind of is. You've made a lot of substitutions if you're head coach Sean Burke, but just from that first half to the second half, completely different team that we're seeing here on the pitch for RKC. Ball bouncing around. It'll find its way out to Christensen. She drives down, gets a cross in right into the path of the goalkeeper, but Christensen continuing to make chances for this RKC side.
Yeah, RKC is not giving up. They're just continuing to press, continuing to give everything, and creating more and more chances.
Chance to move in transition for Chicago City. They've got numbers here. 3-on-2 the other way. RKC aiming to close down. Chance to hold up play for Diaz. She cuts in. Pass in, deflected away by RKC. Out to Weinberg, who thought about going up for it, but stayed on her feet. And now she'll give chase. Alexi Diaz able to pass out of it. Finds Courtney Whiteside. Back to Alexi Diaz. Deflected by Weinberg. A chance to break forward for Rodriguez. Rodriguez looking for Rochester. Couldn't find it. She'll get it back now. Up ahead, O'Regan. Good sliding challenge from Chicago City as Rochester regains possession. Brielle Rochester again. Looks in to Christensen. Christensen looking for the curled ball. O'Regan made the run again. Now Chicago City feeling the pressure a little bit in these final 15 minutes. Looking for Alexi Diaz. Diaz jumps up, keeps the ball in play, but it's going to go right to Weinberg. Weinberg rips a pass to Christensen. Christensen drives, right-footed shot. It's a roller and an easy save for Chicago City. Pressure's there for Christensen. Just a couple of opportunities that maybe a little bit of better contact on the ball, maybe a little bit more time, and she's going to deliver for RKC this season. Have to remember, I mean, this is the first game we're seeing between both of these sides, their first game of the season. Yeah, it's really high-quality soccer.
For sure, it's incredible because both teams are showing a lot of, chemistry between the players and are showing a lot of communication, which is very helpful. And they're finding great passes, great through balls, good little combinations, and it's incredible that it's only the first game for both teams.
Weinberg looking to go long again. Rochester comes in, the strong tackle. Now she goes down. Chicago City retained possession. Worked out now to the left side for RKC. Pass down the line, cut out by City. Now it's cleared away by RKC. Looking up ahead to O'Regan. O'Regan can get there. Held off by a defender. Foul called on Molly O'Regan. So Chicago City able to win possession back.
Yeah, Leah Crowdy did a good job of, shielding in that moment and drawing the foul for Chicago City.
Long range free kick. Premack's going to come out and collect for RKC. Good shield from Labarski.
Yeah, good composure from the keeper, playing it out to the left center back.
Now RKC working up that left side again, looking down the left flank. I think we're seeing a couple changes here. Formation-wise, as Molly O'Regan drops kind of into that left winger role. Christensen's alone up top now with Weinberg to her right.
Yeah, that should be interesting because Christensen has been showing a lot of, energy in the last couple of minutes, and I think she'll be able to create a bunch of opportunities.
Throw in, cut out by RKC. Headed away by the third coast. Now cleared up the pitch. Good ball to the outside, looking for O'Regan. She'll get there with space. Chance to take her defender on, and instead will back it up. Play it all the way back. Long touch from the back line, but good recovery from Mahoney, and she'll lay it off. Lebarski with options. She'll play it up ahead and find Christensen. Christensen battling will find Rodriguez into Rochester. Rochester pushed off the ball by Crotty, and there's a good through ball. And a chance to maybe get one or two more attacking opportunities here in this run of play for Chicago City.
Yeah, great vision from Crotty, picking out the pass and slotting it through.
Couple of great combinations for the City, working down the left side. Back onto the right foot of Flores. Cut away by RKC and a chance to break forward again. Here's Weinberg. She'll boot it up to herself. Kind of a no man's land, as that one's going to be easily recovered by Chicago City, but it's pushed out of play, so it ends up working out in RKC's favor. It'll be a throw-in on the far side, right at about midfield. Throw-in goes just over the head of the entire front line for RKC and all the way back to the goalkeeper for Chicago. Press again from RKC. It's there for the Third Coast. Just a couple of unlucky bounces. Keeps possession going the way of Chicago City.
Yeah, Christensen her press has been creating a ton of opportunities for RKC.
Ball headed up and away from RKC, and now a chance for Chicago to develop play on the left side. Alexi Diaz cuts to her right, defended by Christensen. Lays it off, press coming from Rochester. Pass deflecting off the wrong leg for Chicago City, but it remains with the visitors. Here's Christensen again. Checks her shoulder. Drives into space. Looking for the through ball. Couldn't find it. And again, cleared away by RKC. A chance to work down the left flank for the Third Coast. Ball touched out by Chicago City. And RKC move quickly. RKC will make a substitution here for the final 10 minutes. Off goes Christensen. On comes Alexis Betker of Western Illinois University.
Christensen comes on.
Yeah, great efforts from Haley in the first and second half, showing a lot of energy, a lot of skill, and creating a lot of opportunities for RKC. Good recovery from RKC, building out of the back, looking up.
Once again, chance to push the ball forward. It's just those final third passes right now not connecting for RKC like they were in the first 25 or so minutes of this second half. Got to think a little bit of fatigue as well settling in. It's her first game back in the league. Final 10 minutes of action.
Yeah, for sure. Fatigue definitely has settled in a little bit, but they continue playing the way that they play, and although they're creating less opportunities, their press has been the same, and they're still looking to be a threat attacking.
Another turnover by Chicago City. The pass to Betker just runs a little long. Chicago City worked down the left side. Good flake from Chicago City, but it's a foul called on RKC. It'll be a free kick for the visitors. Play remains down here for Chicago City. She'll get back up. That's Kelly Flores. St. Francis player, formerly played at Creighton Division I University in Nebraska. There's a great free kick over to the far side, and Chicago City work it forward. Turned over and a chance to break forward for RKC. Up to Rochester. She can't make anything with it. Turned over again. City now with possession. Once again, content to play it around the back. And in the final 8 minutes, it's a little bit of game management as well. Just trying to run out that clock with this 2-goal lead if you're the visiting side and come away with 3 points in the opening game. Betker shrugged off the ball, and Chicago City work it through. Premack will come out to collect. You have to say this defense has really stepped up in the second half. You go into the half down 4-1. If you just look at the second half, you're up 1-0. Premack hasn't given up a goal. She's made 2 saves.
Yeah, and she's had some great deliveries out of the back, creating some good opportunities for RKC moving out of the back. But yeah, also the defense has been doing really well in the second half. They've shut out almost all the opportunities for Chicago SC. And, they really stepped it up compared to the first half.
And part of it is those forwards who are also defending, especially when Chicago City are trying to transition out of the back end. You've got Christensen, who's off the pitch now. O'Regan, Baird in the first half was doing a great job of pressing high up the pitch, winning the ball back for RKC, as this one's down well in the corner for a throw-in. Headed back down by Chicago City. Good touch from Weinberg. She's going to burst forward. Chance to get a little bit of room, and she does. She's breaking through. Here's Elizabeth Weinberg. Goalkeeper off her line. She goes for it, and it's just missing the top right corner. Weinberg has speed, had some space, and went for the shot from distance, and couldn't connect.
Yeah, that was a great look from the substitution, number 24, passing it up to Weinberg. And but yeah, great pass from Alexis.
Betker, the substitute who came on for Haley Christensen, as this ball works all the way back to Premack. RKC shrugged off the ball. It's a turnover and a chance for St. City to break. Cut in and worked around by Chicago City, but cut out by RKC, and now a pass up ahead looking for Weinberg. All the way back to the goalkeeper for Chicago City, and now back to the right side. Final 5 minutes of regulation plus stoppage time in the 2024 USL W League opener between RKC Third Coast and Chicago City SC. Chicago City last year finished second in the division before a first-round exit to eventual finalists Minnesota Aurora FC. RKC Third Coast finishing 5th last year with a record of 3-0-9. Ball runs out of play on the far side. Final couple of minutes here. RKC continuing to push forward. You can tell now, though, that the fatigue is really setting on this team.
Yeah, for sure. But even though the fatigue is definitely a factor, they're continuing to give their all and, pressing hard and working hard to keep the ball when they have it. Here will be another set piece.
"40 yards out, the ball comes in. It's delivered to the top of the box, bouncing around in the box, and whistle blows.
Seems to be a foul on RKC.
Either that or it's offside, but either way, it's going to be Chicago City who'll take their time with their free kick now. You're in the closing stages. of the game. Cleared away by Garrigues. Betker gives chase for RKC. Good work from City to pass through the back, and they'll go forward with it now. Left for Premack. Premack goes long. Great look to Mahoney or Rochester, but neither of them able to come down with it. Another great ball forward from Taylor Premack in the closing stages of this one. Ball kept in play, and now it'll run out of play for a throw-in for the visitors.
And a throw-in for Chicago City SC.
City looking for the corner. Now flag goes up. It'll be a foul called on Chicago City. RKC will throw it in. Have a free kick from the back line. Got space to the right here if you can work a switch from RKC. That's where it's going to go. Instead, it's going to go up forward for O'Regan. Clipped up ahead, and now a chance to move forward for RKC. You've got Betker making her way down the right side if you can find her. Great ball in. Betker's there. Great defense from City.
Yeah, that was a great attacking cross across the front of the net, creating a good opportunity for Betker.
It's a good ball in from Garrigues, just a late run from the strikers. But like you said, it's a great cross in, and that's another reason that we're seeing this offense move forward so quickly. They're working down the line. They're trying to get forward with those passes.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job of working down both sides, both left and right. And whereas in the first half, they were mostly trying to create their opportunities down the middle and being shut down by the Chicago City defense. But, I mean, they found a bit of a weakness down the sides and have been penetrating every time.
Diaz keeps it in, but her touch goes long, and it finds Betker. Betker was looking for the run. Miscommunication with the striker. Cleared away. Garrigues defense. Good 1-2 from Chicago City. Labarski will collect and shield out of play. That ball goes out of play off of Betker again.
The indication of the official is there will be 2 minutes of...
So we'll get 2 minutes of second half stoppage time. Less than the first half. Don't really see that very often, but only 1 goal in this half compared to 5 in the first half. So no surprise, really, at the end of the day. But 2 minutes left in the season opener for the USLW League side for RKC Third Coast. Currently stands 4-2 in favor of the visiting side, Chicago City SC. It was 4-1 at halftime. The lone goal in the second half scored by Brielle Rochester of RKC Third Coast. It came off of a corner delivery from Haley Christensen. Again, work down the corner. And now it's game management for City. Stoppage time. You want to keep the ball in the attacking zone away from your net as much as possible. So Chicago City content to keep play as far away from Molly Vipensky as they can. They continue to hold the ball in the corner. Now eventually worked out, and Premack able to pick it up. She'll go quickly. I think it was officially a goal kick, but Premack just picked it up and went with it. Chicago City back down the defensive half of RKC again. Play in the corner. Cleared away by RKC. It'll be a throw in for City. Looking for that back line, but instead shielded out of play. Premack goes quickly to her right, and Garrigues. Mahoney, who's played the whole game for RKC, looking forward to Betker. Went just long. Rochester couldn't corral it for RKC either. Chase down from Rodriguez. Played back to Premack. Premack was looking for Rochester, couldn't find her. Now Chicago City in the closing stages of this one. Continuing to keep the ball in the corner as much as they can. Waiting for that final whistle to blow. RKC with possession. And there it is. Final score 4-2. Chicago City takes down RKC Third Coast. An energetic game, a lot of goals scored. You can't complain when there's 6 goals scored, but you'd like to be at least on the winning side or with a draw if you're RKC. But some positives to take away if you're the home side in this one, Jacob. First off, set pieces. I mean, wow, 2 goals from set pieces. Both of them from Brielle Rochester for RKC. That's a big building block for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. It's huge. Great deliveries and also very clinical in the box, and that's something that's going to help RKC very much in their season, and something, you know, Chicago City can work on a little bit to shut down the opportunities and create less chances.
The other note is the pressing. It was really good today, especially in those first 25 minutes of the second half. When you get that corner, you get that second goal. It's going to take a lot of energy, especially now. You saw it in the late game. 80 minutes to 90 minutes looked like a little bit of a struggle. How do you think the rest of the season goes if you're going to continue playing that high-energy, high-press offense? It's going to lead to some goals from both teams, but could be really good in the end. We saw a lot of chances for RKC, just continuing to put those chances on net.
Yeah, for sure. It's difficult to constantly be pressing high for RKC and to also play out of the back when the other team, Chicago City, is also pressing high. So, you know, it's just difficult, and it's going to be risky to play out of the back, and the other team is going to score. Stuff like that's going to happen. But RKC was pretty clinical in the second half and shut down many mistakes and things that caused goals in the first half, and were much more successful in the second half.
And for Chicago City, I mean, it looks like it's going to be another really stacked team, another deep run in the Heartland Division. A lot of positives to take away from them today, but we mentioned the set pieces, but for them, I mean, clinical. Every chance they got, it seemed like they were putting a shot on goal. It seemed like they had a dangerous opportunity. That's just coaching. That's a lot of talent on their side. What did you like from them today?
Yeah, for sure. They have a lot of very, very good players, very talented players that can work together. They have a lot of chemistry already, possibly because they're played on the team the year before. But I mean, they're very, very talented players, and they're definitely going to have a successful season.
That'll do it from Pritchard Park. For myself, Arnav Pokhrel, Jacob Garrigues beside me, Carson Ludke producing, and everyone working the stream. I want to thank you for tuning in. We'll see you. RKC's next game for USLW League is an away matchup against Rochester next Sunday. Our next home matchup for USLW play is on June 3rd against River Light, who put on an absolute clinic against Chicago Dutch Lions today. Our next broadcast will be this Saturday for our USL 2 home opener. They're going to be hosting Rochester FC Saturday at 7 p.m. We hope to see you here at Pritchard Park, but if not, we'll see you here on YouTube. For one last time, thanks for tuning in. Have a great Sunday and have a great rest of your week. We'll see you on Saturday.